Radio Jamaica, active for the good of our nation.
And after a false start, we are still active for the good of our nation. You're listening to Hotline on Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Right now, we do grow your business. We've got Janine Fletcher with a great last name, Taylor. She's the manager of the Marketing Services Unit at JBDC. I looked at the clock earlier and I thought it was time for you. So I start announce you from before. Janine, morning. How are you?
Good morning, my namesake. I'm well, Dr. Taylor.
Yeah, good. So today you're going to be talking to us about
Brand Jamaica and what makes our product qualified.
Yes. Well, want to hear. Yes, very excited because, you know, I have major issues with people encroaching on this thing that we are. We are a brand. We are the most impactful set of people who look like us anywhere in the world. If you think about it, Jamaican culture, Jamaican everything, the Jamaican name, it bothers me deeply, Janine, when people out there use our name and our images and stuff. Talk to me, please.
You know, it bothers me more when our own Jamaicans misrepresent the brand. Because I do believe that we are a very passionate set of persons and we understand the value of the brand. But what we need to recognize is that brand has a promise. It comes with some promises. And that is, in fact, what establishes it as a brand. So when you're going to use it and leverage on it, you must represent it well. And given how the market has responded to Brand Jamaica, there are some specific things that they respond to. And I think Jamaica has a unique problem. I say problem because it's very difficult to define the brand. That's the first issue we have. We have an issue defining what makes something Brand Jamaican because it is a lot of it has to do with the intangible quality of the spirit of it or the tenacity of it, and the fact that it is little but shallower. Those statements are very indicative of what the brand is like in reality. But how do you translate that now to make the product align and be authentically classified as Brand Jamaica or representing it? There are some things that we need to look for. And I think Jamaican, these are actually the things that we look for in the selection of products that we take in. The first thing when we say authenticity is something that means that it must be tracked to something in our roots. Is it our heritage?
Right.
Is it our tradition? Is it our folklore? Is it the personalities of the persons making it? So you must be able to trace it back to the roots and say, this is only located or coming from this source called Jamaica, right?
Right.
So that defines its authenticity. And of course, because it is a small nation and we're talking about producing products and competing, then we are expecting that we wouldn't try to compete on price, but we would try to compete on high-value items, representing a higher level of design and a higher level of thinking and attention to detail, because we cannot compete on numbers, right? We can only compete in value. So that means Jamaica has a high value.
So it's yes. I'm listening, you know. I'm excited. So walking through. I'm sitting down.
Okay.
No.
All right, so the next thing is, though, when we usually, some things that we would actually use in a negative way, we say Jamaican people know how to take them hands on fashion. Really what we are saying is that there's a high level of innovation in our society. Even when we take things that persons would walk past, like we would see the tamarind tree in other countries, they're going to walk past it. But we have learned to, over the 60 years, that we would take something that somebody would not see value in and take it and create something. We would create a meal from it, create a spice, create a design of something. And you would be looking at it and saying, oh, well, I didn't even know tamarind could do that, you know?
Right.
So they're
So
high
yeah,
innovation.
so the point. Just a second, Jenny. The important point is, so even if it's not, say, indigenous Jamaican, the fact is that there are some things that we have indigenized and made ours. For example, our national dish. The national dish, ackee and saltfish. Ackee comes from West Africa. But you go to Ghana, you go to Togo, and you see it. And the people like, oh, we don't eat that. Oh, some people say, oh, we barely eat that or something. But it doesn't have any kind of significance like what it has here.
Correct.
The Madras cloth, right? That is just one of many cloths. Is a Jamaican bandana.
Yes.
You see that one particular type of thing, even though it's not original from here. It is what identifies us.
But
the saltfish don't come from Jamaica, but when you put it here and you drop it, it becomes unique. Yeah, there you go.
Because of how we prepare it in our meal. So when we are looking at, when you walk into Sing Jamaican, really what you're seeing is a combination of tradition, family traditions, combination or representation of how we use these raw materials. Because it's just raw material until you use it. So it's really about the how we use it and what makes that how accepted is by the patrons, the customers who are partaking in it now. They are validating that, look, I like the way you use this material. It's very innovative and I don't see this where I am from. When you think about our diaspora community, a lot of them still have to call home to send up the thing because it's not available where they are at, right? So there's some level of differentiation. The spirit of Jamaica now, our personality and even the artisans that we work with, when you sit and listen to their stories, when you see their personalities, and you see how funny they are, somebody would say, Jamaican people are special, they're very unique. It actually comes out in the products that they make. There's a lot of love, and it may sound like, cliche, but Jamaican people are actually very loving. Even though they're aggressive, they love to. They are very.
It's a strange paradox of what we are. Yes.
Yes, they are very fun to be around.
Yes.
They are very entertaining, and they have all these complexities to their personality. So those things
Jamaican coming like tamarind.
it's sweet and it's sour. Correct.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like pepper. It's like Scotch bonnet pepper jelly.
Yes.
We are among the most hospitable and loving people, but don't cross us. Yes,
and you can own it because it is a real thing. It's not made up. It's not a made up story. We are loving. When you even look at us, if you go into the market and you were to take a snapshot of the faces and personalities in that market, the pictures alone would tell you the story of the people that are making these products, right? And of course, we live on a little island, and we've seen the ravages of Mother Nature and how impactful it can be.
Yes.
So when we are producing things, we can't think of going into capitalism to the stage of just industrializing and making things. We have to be prudent and think about our environment and look at sustainable products, more natural. So you're not going to see a lot of our products having a lot of additives and man-made ingredients and that sort of thing. Majority of our products are coming from the natural gifts of nature, and
that's a big part of what Brand Jamaica is, because we can't because when you look at like Brazil has farms and plantations larger than Jamaica itself.
That's correct.
So you can't compete with that in terms of size. You can't compete with it in terms of total coffee production with someone like Brazil or Colombia, because no one place bigger than the country. However, you certainly can compete with Blue Mountain or the Jamaican thing, because I guess right there, only right there.
And this potency, we have been gifted with our ecological gift that says that when we grow things, that the way we extract from it is highly potent, more than those in our neighboring islands and around the world. So we need to understand how to nurture these gifts that we have and convert it to earn. And when we say Brand Jamaica, when we are looking at things from a Sing Jamaican lens and we are challenging our clients to say this is not a product that would qualify for our stores, it has nothing to do with the fact that the product is a good product and you made it, but it has our customers that come into Think Jamaica and expect us to be able to articulate these 5 things. It must be traced in some way that we can say it's an authentic Jamaican product.
Yes. So. Looking at the time rather, and there's some things I want to jump at. Mm-hmm. Tell me about some of those industries, products that are ripe for development.
Well, definitely as part of the creative industries, specifically speaking to fashion accessories, so jewelry alone, and bags and footwear, and to some extent resort clothing. Our fashion is a direct translation of our reggae, our music. And so there's a huge connection with those trends in the way that we create these items and our globally recognized reggae music. So that's a huge potential to twin with that. The home and office accessories is a hybrid between high design and high function. So we will have products that are uniquely designed with some elements of Jamaica, with a hummingbird and so on, but then it must be functional, what you're going to use it in the house or the office to do. And what we call fine arts in the ceramics and woodwork. The issue with those two is the sustainable manufacturing of the raw material. So we have to plant more trees, and we have to look at how we are mining the raw materials for ceramics, right? So it has potential, but we have to look at how we are.
Quick question, because the clock always militates against us. How do we reach you to get additional information about this?
Well, we are online. We have our website, thinkjamaicanshopping.com, that gives you some insight into the products that we support. We are a brand under the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, so we are also accessible to www.jbdc.net. We have our headquarters at 14 Camp Road, and our numbers are 876-928-516124. And we are on Instagram, Facebook, every social media. Yeah.
All right. Janine Fletcher Taylor, thank you so much. We just did Grow Your Business. It's a feature that we do every week with the JBDC.